Welcome to St. Augustine this evening, the Mike Davis Show. And Amanda's here too. Yes,
Yeah,
I had to look and see if Amanda was here.
I'm
She
right
is
here.
here. Oh, you're there.
Hi.
I should pay more attention in the pre-show when you're talking.
They all saw me in the show prep cam. I don't know where you were.
I know. Welcome to the show. Well, it's now 365 days until you have to watch sports ball again.
That's not true.
I don't know about that. The other ones are kind of optional. The Super Bowl, you got to kind of watch. So we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about the ads in the Super Bowl. We're going to talk about the craziness that's going on in the world today and the complete and utter meltdown by certain people on the left.
There's a meltdown?
Oh, it's amazing. I think if they melt any more, the glaciers might melt. I think that the meltdown is contributing to global warming.
For sure.
It's contributing to climate change. All these
hot
tears,
air.
all this extra salinity in the water is screwing things up.
So is that ocean acidification?
That might be
acidification.
ocean acidification.
I got it.
I'm going with that.
I got there.
Yes, just like everything else liberals touch.
Acidification.
It's just horrible. It's bad. No, we got all kinds of good things, though. Hope you had a great weekend. We got to give out some birthday shout outs.
We do.
You need to go first, though, because yours is closer to home.
My mom's birthday is today. So I'm going to dinner with, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4 generations of my family after the show.
I'm just glad you're still in the family.
Yeah.
At this age, as many things as you've said inappropriate to your mom, I'm just glad that you're still in.
They don't always watch the show, so I'm still in.
It's good that you have a chance.
Uh-huh.
You're saying you got a chance.
I got a chance.
You got a chance. No, your mom is absolutely awesome.
Yeah. She's a cool lady.
We love Amanda's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I actually listen to Amanda's mom.
I know, not me.
Not you, but I listen to Amanda's mom all the time. No, I think that's absolutely awesome and amazing. And so we got all kinds of fun things going on. And first thing we got to do is make a little bit of money.
Don't you have a birthday?
Yeah, I do. Les Thomas's birthday today. Les Thomas,
birthday,
world-renowned
Yep.
St. Augustine's architect emeritus.
Ooh.
So Les Thomas, been doing architecture in St. Augustine for a long time. He's an amazing architect, great person. I'm getting to work with him on the West Augustine Clinic.
Nice.
Just a really good guy, solid person. 20 some years ago, going on 30 years ago, Les Thomas, Phil McDaniel, and I were the coordinators for Project Swing. Which is the park downtown, and just working with Les and getting to know him better at that point. He grew up with my mom and dad.
Yeah.
And treated me with the utmost respect, even though I was a pup at the time, just a young guy. But wonderful person. And again, Phil McDaniel, too, another just great guy.
Project Swing predates the parking garage.
It predates the parking garage. Might have been built to keep the parking garage from taking away recreational stuff.
What?
Now, it was actually, there was a movement to turn all of that into parking.
Yeah.
And
Francis Field and everything?
Everything.
Oh, wow.
Les Thomas's generation grew up playing ball down there. That was one of the main fields where the kids played. I grew up playing ball down there. And I just couldn't see that entire area losing its ability to do recreational events and things.
Yeah.
And it was given to the city for that, specifically.
Yeah.
And so those of us that believe if somebody gives a gift to the city, you should honor that, no matter how long it is and how much the changes are. That's kind of what we thought. But it was a great place for a playground and a park. Community came together. At the time, we raised $150,000, which people thought, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to the Tringali Barn for a really good fundraiser, you can, thanks to Chris Shee and all of his stuff, you can do $150,000 in a night.
Yeah.
It's a different community. It's awesome that it's a great
You're watching the
community.
wrong show.
I am watching the wrong show. Well, I don't even know if I shared the right show.
We'll see.
I don't know. Who knows?
I was like, why is Mike not popping up as a viewer?
I don't know. There you are.
Hey,
That's the
there
right
I am.
outfit.
Yeah.
But see, then it went right back to Blake.
That's weird.
So I'm hitting.
Do I need to fix your phone while you're doing
no,
that?
I'm hitting the right ones. So I keep hitting the right thing and it won't let me do so.
Android phones.
No, this happened to me the other day. Sometimes
You gotta close out the app and reload it.
I close out the entire app, reload it, and then
But it's not
goes,
just you, Barbara Jean. Mike can't find the show either.
I can't find the show, Barbara Jean is not on. I don't know where it is. I'm going to try this one more time.
One more time.
And there we are.
Hi, Mike's phone. Hey, you're watching.
Finally. Okay.
All right.
A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing. They offer free estimates, and they've been serving St. Johns County for over 20 years. A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing offers painted metal roofs for saltwater area homes with warranties up to 25 years. And A to Z offers shingle roofs with warranties up to 50 years. They can install all types of roofing, including tile roofing, cedar, shake, shingles, designer roofing, and flat roof coverings. Go to their website, A to Z Roofing and Waterproofing.com, and you can see recent job photos with material descriptions. Give Chuck McCone and his staff a call, 904-669-8037.
Absolutely. Solar Stick. They were established in 2006. Solar Stick is a local portable power company proudly committed to American manufacturing, constant innovation, and creating jobs right here in St. Augustine, Florida. Solar Stick's focus on providing solutions for self-sufficiency helps users all over the world complete missions and save lives. Solar Stick, changing lives, saving lives, and reviving American manufacturing. Now we're in it to win it, folks. Let's get real for a second. Finding a great dentist is like finding the perfect beach spot in St. Augustine. Rare, refreshing, and absolutely worth it. Enter Dr. Stephanie Kinsey and her team at Palencia Dental, where going to the dentist feels more like visiting a spa than sitting in that dreaded chair. Dr. Stephanie isn't your ordinary dentist. She's a community superstar. When she's not transforming smiles at Palencia Dental, she is singing her heart out in the village church choir or volunteering her time as director of dentistry at the Wildflower Clinic, providing dental care for those who need it most. This is someone who doesn't just care about your teeth, she cares about you. Now let's talk about the experience at Palencia Dental. From the moment you walk in, you'll wonder if you accidentally booked a luxury retreat. Relaxing atmosphere? Check. State-of-the-art technology? Double check. Dentist who can sing and make you laugh while crafting your perfect smile? That's a triple check. They've got cookies and beer, folks. Come on now. So why settle for just any dentist when you can have someone who's wildly talented, deeply caring, and 100% committed to your comfort? Visit PalenciaDental.com or call 904-826-4343 to book your appointment today. Palencia Dental, where your smile gets the star treatment it deserves.
And Moultrie Creek Diner, Anastasia Diner. These neighborhood diners are more than just a place to eat. They are where hospitality blooms and friends gather. Bring your own friends or make new ones. The coffee is always hot. The smiles are genuine and the food tastes like home. Every meal is a chance to make memories, share stories, and create bonds that last a lifetime. It's not just about the food on the plate, but the community that comes together at the table. Come see us at Moultrie Creek Diner and Anastasia Diner. Tell them Andy sent you.
Absolutely.
He's a great guy. I was there Saturday morning sitting at the counter.
Yeah, at the counter,
I got dumped. My wife went to yoga instead.
Man.
I know.
Have what?
I was hungry
Diner
too.
meal with Mike or go stretch and work out.
I know. So
little bit of
much more
self-care.
fun. Yes. All right. Let's just do the Super Bowl first because there's political stuff can wait.
All right.
First of all, if you're an Eagles fan, it was a great game.
Uh-huh.
If you were rooting for Taylor Swift and her boyfriend and their team,
Not such a fun
not
game.
such a good game.
Yeah.
Kind of that wild run that they went on last year.
It
just
was the
kinda
Swifties'
ended.
first heartbreak.
Oh, it wasn't a heartbreak. It was their first beatdown
Oh, my word.
because the first three quarters, yeah.
We talked about Eagles fans. It was a great game for Eagles fans.
Yes.
It was heartbreaking game for Chiefs fans and for Taylor Swift fans.
Mhm.
But I think it was a heartbreaking night for anyone that just wanted to see high level football. It was like you want to see an exciting game when you watch the Super Bowl, and it was just so boring. It was like JV versus varsity.
If you like
It was
four
so
guys
bad.
chasing Patrick Mahomes, it was the greatest game you've ever seen.
So I look at my daughter and I was like, he's got a newborn.
Mm-hmm.
That man has not slept.
Mm.
And now he's just getting smacked down all over that field. It is so
I don't
sad.
think so. One of my boys told me there was a stat. The Eagles only blitzed one time. Do you know what a blitz is?
Isn't that where I don't know. I'm not even going to guess. I think it has something to do with
It has
sacking the
nothing
quarterback.
to do with what you were trying to do on Friday night in high school.
I don't know what you're talking
It
about.
has nothing to do with that. In case your mom
7
is
days a week.
listening.
I'm kidding. So I think it has to do with sacking the quarterback, right?
It does have
Okay.
to do with sacking the quarterback.
But I wasn't going to like try and guess beyond that.
So normally you rush 4 defensive linemen. A blitz is when you send extra defensive players after the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick Mahomes last night was running for his life, and according to the stat, the Eagles, or Eagles, depending on who you are, only blitzed one time. There was a penalty on that play, so it never happened. So
It happened.
No, he was off. The Eagles player was offside, so they replayed it. So they never blitzed him last night and still sacked him a bazillion times.
Oh my word!
Which is just
terrible.
incredible. Yes.
It's terrible.
Yes.
Travis dropped a pass, and my daughter was heartbroken.
Did she take off her 87 jersey?
No. How did you know she had an 87 jersey on? She did have an 87 jersey on. She didn't. We were surrounded by ambivalent watchers and Eagles fans at a youth group Super Bowl party, a multi-generational youth group Super Bowl party. So it was just like parents with their kids, and kids ranged in age from, I think, 3 up to 17, I think. And so it was a really enjoyable night for the fellowship end of it. The football game was not fun.
So a couple of stats.
Yes.
Right? Some of these might be important later in the week.
Oh, no.
So the first...
Even if I know it on Monday, I'm not going to know it by Thursday.
I know. It's math. I'm wasting my time.
Even
It's
when
math.
you tell me that it's going to be important, like you told me some of those Super Bowl facts were going to be important, and they weren't. And I remembered those.
Yes.
But I didn't remember how much money the Church of the Episcopal Bishop got.
So the average ticket price for yesterday's Super Bowl was $5,658. $5,650. What do you think the average ticket price was for the very first Super Bowl, which was known as the AFC NFC Championship game? Yeah. Because they hadn't found the little ball yet. There was a Super Bowl that they then converted into the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs owner was the one that came up with that name. See, I remember that. How much did it cost? I'm going to say it cost $3 just to be annoying.
$12.
$12.
$12.
Not bad. Maybe the kid seats cost $3.
The cost of a commercial was $8 million. A 30-second commercial. That is so easy for me to say. Cost $8 million yesterday.
For 30-second commercial.
For 30 seconds.
Dude. You know what?
President Clinton said he never paid that much money for 30 seconds.
That's why.
Hang in there. Come on.
That was you. That was 100% you. I had nothing to do with that. That's why Dunkin' Donuts had to get rid of Coke and go to lousy Pepsi because of all their Super Bowl ads with Ben Affleck.
I know.
How much do you think that cost?
Guess what the original Super Bowl 30-second ad cost?
There were 30-second ads. I guess it was
30-second ads.
It was the 70s, right? When
it was
started?
1966 was the first Super Bowl.
I could probably do the math on that, but I don't want to.
Blake would be over there writing zeros and zeros and zeros and zeros.
But doing the problem in the least organized way possible, but he'd still get it right.
Yes. Because he already looked it up.
How much did the original Super Bowl? Yeah, true. You read it over your shoulder. I would say, I'll say $100,000.
$40,000.
$40,000.
We're not bad. Not bad. You were in the range.
Close. I'm close.
Yes. So how many countries? There was one country that watched the first one. That would be us. How many countries watched yesterday?
How many countries?
Yes.
I'll say.
A bazillion is not an answer. A Brazilian is not an answer.
Well, it would be an answer, but it would be like, how many lakes did Blake say that? It'd be like that kind of answer.
Yes.
I'll say 115 countries watched.
115, 195. 195 countries, which is really pretty cool.
I mean, I'm still
yes. You were in the ballpark in all of them.
I was in the nosebleeds.
You were in the ballpark in all of them. You were closer to those answers than Kamala Harris was to the court at the Lakers game.
Oh, that was hurtful.
That's just calling it like I see it.
Dude, I'm like, Kamala Harris is at this Lakers game. What are you talking about? And this is dude with a selfie cam, and then it zooms in, and then it zooms in again, and then it zooms in again. It's like, I can kind of tell because Doug Emhoff, because the
Yes.
two of them were together.
Yes.
And so I could like kind of
Mhm.
get all of the art on like AI websites, and it's
Mhm.
all like they don't have the facial features, they just have the outline of the face and the outline of the hair. It's kind of what it looked like. It was
Okay.
that zoomed.
I have not been on AI sites.
No? Well,
Nope.
like videos with
Gave him up for Lent.
a lot of Obama info videos that he put on the White House website had that kind of art style where it's just like outline people, not
Damn.
stick figures, outline people.
Gave him up for Lent. I just did.
We're not at Lent yet.
I gave it up last year. I still haven't picked it up.
Dude.
I thought it was a great thing.
Dropped
I
it
was
off.
wondering when you were going to pick that up. All right. No, the game was a little boring. I
Mhm.
thought Brady did a pretty good job as the announcer, mostly because he's one of the few announcers that will call out the refs.
Yeah.
In the first two
He
calls,
probably still has a little bit of salt there for those
and
refs.
I heard the refs aren't too happy with him about
Mhm.
it, but yeah, I don't have an issue. It was kind of interesting, but yeah, the poor Chiefs just did not show up. So the three-peat, for us to get another three-peat, we got to wait at least another 3 years.
So many years.
Yes, so many years for another 3. Well, maybe 2 more. The Eagles look pretty good.
Yeah.
Eagles look pretty good.
Yeah.
No, I
Okay.
could not have watched with Eagles fans. I'm not a huge Eagles fan. I don't hate them like the
Well,
other teams.
So I saw so many of my liberal friends being like, I can't believe Trump's going to the Super Bowl. What a waste of money. And why is he even interested? Because, like, it's going to be a whole bunch of non-white people there. So, like, why would he even care? I can't wait until he gets booed. Turns out Trump wasn't the one booed. when
Trump
they showed
was
him on
not the one that was
Jumbotron.
booed, which was rather shocking.
Yes.
A certain entertainer
Mhm.
got booed. Bad week.
Yeah.
Did not win a Grammy and got booed at the
Well,
Super Bowl.
My thought on that is Eagles fans they're a lot.
They're growing on me. Suddenly they're growing on me.
Like a fungus, they're growing on you. Yeah, so because the kids, like, again, I'm watching at a youth group thing.
Mhm.
So, like, we're raising our kids in this youth group to be nice and respectful. And, like, she didn't do nothing. She didn't even want to be on the Jumbotron. They showed her. And then she has to deal with, like, the stadium booing her. Like, maybe we should learn the lesson, NFL. Like, stop trying to ride on Taylor Swift's coattails because it's not going. It's just mean at this point.
I think it went well the first season they did it.
Mm-hmm.
But then you had this growing as the Chiefs won and continue to win, and you continue to see her.
Mm-hmm.
You had this growing animosity from the teams that weren't winning.
Yeah.
And that always happens when there's a team that's number one. Yeah, if they win one year, you're like, okay, that's an anomaly. But if they start racking up victories like the Patriots or the Steelers or the Cowboys, and all of a sudden they became the most hated team.
Yeah.
Because people wanted to see somebody else win.
Yeah.
So it's just the natural part of sports.
Yeah.
And how that stuff rolls.
Well, it's the whole speech from all the superhero movies. I think that it happens in Batman movies where it's like everybody loves a hero, but the only thing they love more is to watch the hero fall. They talk about that in Spider-Man
I think that's
and
just
Superman.
Ben Affleck. I really just think that's Ben Affleck.
I think that was the Christopher Nolan,
It was
Gary
the
Oldman, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Pete's favorite
I think-
Batman character of all time. Nuts. If Pete was on here right now, there'd just be like this string of
Does he not like
obscenities.
Christian Bale Batman?
He hates Christian.
Oh.
Bale.
Well, Christian Bale's an interesting cat.
In the early days of radio, we would constantly let him know that sometimes he sounded just like Christian Bale as Batman, and it would drive him nuts.
Almost as much as people
Oh.
mentioning the sunglasses is driving him nuts currently.
Yes. Yeah.
So I've got some Super Bowl stats
Give me some.
that are in my wheelhouse and
Mhm.
my area of interest.
Yes.
You mentioned Tom Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Tom Brady happened to be wearing an incredibly rare watch while he was commentating the Super Bowl.
Okay.
It was bedazzled. It was covered in diamonds and yellow sapphires.
Mm-hmm. Was it
Estimate
a
on the
loaner?
cost?
Was it a loaner or did he own it?
I don't know. I haven't found that.
Okay, because sometimes they loan them
Yeah,
for stuff like that,
Yep.
and sometimes they buy them.
I can click on the story and see
It doesn't. I mean, how much was it worth?
how much was it worth.
1.2 million.
$740,000 watch.
Okay,
$734,000.
that's wholesale. I was retail.
That's more than twice my house.
Yeah.
All right. Brittany Mahomes
Mm-hmm.
got to watch her husband get trounced
Yes.
by all of Philadelphia
Mm-hmm.
while wearing an absolutely gorgeous diamond necklace. Any guesses on the cost of the necklace?
Necklace, then I'm going to say $325.
$73,000.
73.
$73,000.
Lucky
Dude.
I wasn't buying for him. He got a
I
really
know.
nice necklace.
And a really nice watch.
Great watch.
But the watch wasn't even cute. I don't like it.
I
Let me see
saw
if I can find a detail.
I saw the colors of it. I didn't see the whole thing. Look, I have a Garmin watch on right now, so I'm good with that. I used to wear G-Shocks all the time. I can get more data out of the Garmin now.
Yeah. I'm looking for a good picture.
I like the sleep data because I wake up and I feel great. And my watch tells me, no, you didn't sleep good. Or I slept like crap and my watch says, nope, you feel wonderful today. So my watch and I have this
love-hate.
on again, off again, love-hate relationship.
This is the watch. Like,
I'm not wearing that.
it's not.
That
it's
looks
not
like
cute.
something out of Wheel of Fortune.
Well, from a distance, it reads like a swatch. Do you
Yeah,
remember the swatch watches?
I was
were
the
like
Swatch generation. I remember the
bright
Swatch
colored
watches. Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah.
That's kind of what
Yes.
it looks like from a distance. Brittany Mahomes' necklace was way better.
Yeah, Barbara
It was
Jean,
way
I'm
prettier.
with you on not booing Taylor, but it still was kind of funny.
Yeah, it's just.
I don't think when I heard that, I thought, did the people booing Taylor not watch the commercial with Tom Brady and Snoop Dogg about how bad hate was? Did they not watch that commercial? I actually thought that was one of the better commercials.
Yeah, I don't know.
I kind of liked it.
Like I said, I wasn't really watching the commercials. The necklace is way prettier than the watch. I'm just waiting for Kenny to be like, she's wearing a necklace.
I thought the musical performances at the beginning of the game were amazing.
Yeah, I really
I
enjoyed
thought
the
those were
musical
all great.
performances
I
at the
thought
beginning.
that was
Harry Connick Jr. was there. My pick for who should have been the halftime show.
Mhm.
So he was the opening act.
I want you to know that the younger generation, my boys, loved the halftime show.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure.
who it was geared towards, the 30-somethings.
Yeah,
Sorry.
not me. My husband really wanted to watch it, so we were supposed to leave at halftime because, like I said, family's in town for my mom's birthday. And so my brother, his wife, and their baby were almost to our house. And so it was like, we were supposed to leave at halftime so that we could be there when they got to the house. And because Kendrick Lamar was on and my husband wanted to watch it and he was still smoking his cigar, I had to open the garage from an app on my phone for my brother.
Look,
My bad.
I thought that the stuff was good. Kendrick, I'm not a huge fan of his music.
Mhm.
I think his story is amazing. If you
Mhm.
read his story, it's a great story of overcoming obstacles and achievement. And I will always applaud him for that. I'm not into rap music, so it's nothing against him. Lady Gaga has an amazing voice.
Mhm.
She just that song. And I think that was probably pre-recorded the night before down on Bourbon Street or in the morning, early hours, whenever it was. What a great performance.
And
by
Lauren
that.
Daigle, a Christian singer,
Mhm.
she was one of the opening acts. Who sang the national anthem? Do you know who that was?
Sang the national anthem. I should know, and I don't remember. Those are kind of things that I watch, and I go,
'Cause
"That
we
was pretty
all-
cool." Then I went boom, out the.
We
out
were
the
all
window.
like, we totally recognize this dude, but we couldn't place his name.
He's from New
John
Orleans.
Baptiste?
He's from New Orleans.
Yeah.
And
Nog,
that's what
baby.
I thought was amazing is that they got locals involved in all of those.
Mm-hmm.
And even Lauren Daigle, who got canceled by the mayor, is now back.
Really?
I love you. Did
she
not.
got canceled by the mayor? I didn't hear.
She was at a park during COVID,
Oh.
and she wasn't supposed to be.
The
And
mayor.
they tried to cancel her. Yes, it's just stupid.
New
It's all that
Orleans, so-
stupid stuff that went on in 2020.
The amount of debauchery
Yes.
that happens in New Orleans. Like, that's what New Orleans is known for. Crowds and drunken craziness.
Wait a minute, let me
and,
throw
like,
this in for Barbara Jean. Strippers.
strippers and
Mhm.
boobs and like Mardi Gras necklaces. That's what New Orleans is known for.
Yep.
And then that thing that happened in 2020 and it shut down
Mhm.
New Orleans.
Yeah.
So I took my kids for Mardi Gras 2021
Mm-hmm.
because they canceled Mardi Gras. They did not have the parade in 2021. They were still shut down.
Still shut down, yeah.
We had to wear masks anytime we went indoors in January, February 2021. Still, it was so bizarre for us because we're in Florida. We hadn't had to wear masks anywhere for
Yeah.
a really long time. So it's really surprising to me how shut down, how locked down they were. We were in a horse-drawn carriage, or not the horse-drawn, but the mule-drawn carriages that they do the tours around.
Mhm.
And we were like, are we really going to have to wear the mask like in the carriage? You're not even facing us. And
Mhm.
he is like, okay, you can take it off, because there was like nobody out.
I watched somebody
It was
do
wild.
some really bad driving last week.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, some amazingly bad driving.
Mm-hmm.
And I was passing them, and I thought, well, are they on their phone?
Yeah.
Are they old?
Mm-hmm.
Are they Yankees? I mean, what was the
Yeah.
reason why?
You always
I
got
had
to look.
to know.
You got to diagnose.
I always have to look. It's just I just need to know why. And when I looked over and saw all the windows up in the car and them wearing a mask, I was like, yeah, okay. That
Yeah.
explains it. Now I know why.
Their glasses
I
are
got
fogged
it.
up.
I got it now. They got to wear a mask in the car by themselves. I got it. I understand. Some people just love that era and just ain't letting it go. So anyway, that was
guess.
yeah.
But we have community update. We need to let everybody know.
Jimmy Jam.
Yes, Jimmy
Jimmy
Jam.
Jam.
Jimmy Jam, your pre-orders close tonight. Get your orders in tonight at jimmyjamoutreach.com/upcoming. You've got to get your order in tonight in order to pick it up Sunday the 16th. So if you have not ordered and you intend to support young Troy through Jimmy Jam's barbecue dinner fundraiser, you need to get your order in tonight. The link is already in the comments. Go over there and get your brisket and your ribs and your mac and cheese and baked beans ordered now.
All right. Kathy already jumped to the next topic.
Oh, my word, that commercial.
The Pfizer commercial for cancer was absolutely amazing.
That was the commercial that like everyone stopped talking and watched that commercial, and the kids were like trying to guess what it is, and I'm like, it's cancer. I know it's a cancer ad. And it reveals, and then it shows that it's Pfizer, and everybody's like, are they saying they give us cancer? That's quite the rebrand.
I thought that I know Pfizer has taken it on the chin from people who don't like some of the
their work,
some of their stuff that they may or may not have done. But I thought that was whoever came up with that ad marketing wise, genius. Just a great ad because it shows a phenomenal story, and it's a story that you watch, and there's not a single person that doesn't want that kid to win.
Yeah.
Right? There's just not. I mean, I don't know who did that. That marketing exec should be given an extra check. That was an amazing ad.
I was watching it with a bunch of,
and apparently it's a true story.
Yeah.
That made it even cooler.
That's cooler.
Yes.
So I was watching it with a bunch of parents with kids that age running around us playing and like drinking Capri Suns. So there was a bunch of misty adults, and we were like, well, somebody's cutting onions. What's going on? Like, it's hard to watch that as a parent because like you project, what if that was me? What if I was going through that? A lot.
So I love this. Kathy pulls out the Pfizer commercial, family-oriented kid thing. And Josh pulls out the women's breast commercial. Josh, I love it. You're holding up the whole. I thought that was a great ad as well. And I knew where it was going, right? Darcy and I were sitting there looking, and I said, this is, we both said at the same time, breast cancer. Yeah. We both, whatever point of the commercial, that was the only thing that was acceptable to do what they were doing. But I thought that was another phenomenal ad. I thought that was just a great.
Again, I'm watching it with a bunch of like preteens and teens. Like it was a little awkward.
I got news for you. Those preteens and teens.
I don't have to do it while I'm in the room.
They were embarrassed by it. You were embarrassed by it.
No, they were embarrassed.
You got to get tough.
It wasn't me.
Gen X parents were not embarrassed by stuff that was inappropriate.
It was just, there's just boobs, and boys are like, what's going on? Where do I look? My dad's right here. My mom's right here.
They were looking.
Awkward.
They were looking.
They were looking, but they were also making a big deal about like how they weren't.
All right. So best ads. Those of you throw some best ads in the comments. I thought the Jeep commercial with Harrison Ford was really good. Not just because they had the Yellowstone house in the commercial. Not just because they had the Jeep in the commercial.
Know your target
audience. Not just
audience.
because the Jeep went past the Ford Bronco. Not because any of those things. Although we own both in our family. I thought I thought it was a really, really good commercial. I liked that one a lot. I thought that was good. And I thought I didn't see it till today.
Pandering.
I loved the David Beckham commercial.
Yeah.
So
they previewed that one. So like the other David commercial.
The other David.
Yeah,
yes.
I've been seeing that for about a week. They previewed that one early on YouTube, and so
Listen,
That
I
one
thought that
wasn't
was
new?
fun. The funny part at the end, because you had Matt Damon getting crap because he wasn't in the Ben Affleck commercial for Dunkin' Donuts.
Who was in the bin of coffee route?
It was
Coffee
a
grounds or
guy.
whatever.
Ethan had to explain that to me.
Yeah.
So apparently, the actor was in the Succession series, which is
watch it.
kind of loosely based on Fox, the ownership of Fox, and the succession of owning this media conglomerate. And apparently, this actor was a bit hard to work with. Some of the other actors said.
Oh no.
So that's why he was in the coffee, getting into his role being difficult. He was kind of
Very method.
Yeah, very method. So yes.
That ad pops up, and I'm like, bet J-Lo is not interrupting the ad this year.
No, J-Lo is like, I'm not getting involved in this ad. No. So I thought it was
They're divorced.
But the end of the
They
date.
got divorced shortly after the Super Bowl last year.
I thought you were going to tell me they got divorced after the Super Bowl this year. I was like,
No.
wow, that was quick.
That's why.
No.
That's why that was funny.
Okay. And then
Not his celebrities.
the other David one I loved, right? Are you
Mhm.
like, so you're like a famous soccer star? Like really famous? Like Matt Damon famous? He's like, no, more like Ben Affleck. He's
Yeah.
like, that's a shame. Right? I just thought that was good. The one where, oh gosh, Orlando Bloom and
Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore.
That was a fun one.
I thought that was kind of cute, the way they were
Mhm.
going back and forth with language and,
Yeah.
U.S. versus England. I thought that was cute.
Yeah.
It was fun.
That's sort of like ex-besties trying to get back together, like mine's better than yours. That was
Yep.
kind of cute idea.
Yes.
Although the men who were in conversation and then glanced over and were like, why is Drew Barrymore on a lounge chair with Orlando Bloom? Like, they're not even married. Guess you had to be there. You had to be there at the beginning of the ad.
You had to be there at the beginning of the ad and the whole way through the ad.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, though, and I swore I would not get sucked into this again. I swore I wouldn't. I said, I'm not going to do this. The last movie was so bad. I'm not going back.
Jurassic Park.
I'm all in.
No,
I'm all
it's
in.
terrible ad. It's
I'm
a terrible
all
ad.
in. I'm all in.
80 pounds Scarlett Johansson
Yeah, I don't care.
puts her feet against a rock to stop a full-grown man from falling off a cliff, and you're like, yeah, that's believable.
I'm all in.
She's
It's Scarlett
security.
Johansson. I'm fine.
She's security for
I'm fine.
three dudes.
I'm good. I'm fine.
And the premise is
I'm
stupid.
all good.
The premise of the whole movie is
Dinosaurs
stupid.
chasing people. I'm fine.
Did you hear the premise of the movie?
They got to go back to the original site and they got to get DNA so they can save cancer. Now, I'm going to tell you this, having watched all the other movies, that's the lie that they're told to get to the island. When they get to the island, they get abandoned. Then they're going to realize that's not really what they want. What they want is a DNA so they can make more dinosaurs. They always
Here's
find
the
this
thing.
out. The people that send them are never good people, and they always find it out
animals
later.
that exist, because we discovered their DNA and sequenced it and then artificially created them in a lab and then dumped them onto this island.
Yes.
We need to sample their DNA. The ones that only exist because we discovered their DNA
Yeah, I got
in
you.
amber.
I got you.
It's not like we just
I gotcha.
discovered the island and they were
Yes.
there. We made them.
Yeah.
And the whole premise is that the animals we made strictly from their DNA.
Yeah.
We need to go sample their DNA. And we're going to send an 80-pound woman to protect 3 grown men.
This is why we can't have you in the room when we're coming up with these
Can't.
ideas to make movies.
I can't.
Because it's just gone. There goes the movie idea. Everyone just walked out. So
I
it's
watched
like,
that ad
it's
and
like
I was like,
Amanda's got to go take a break. I didn't care. They had dinosaurs and people running. I was all in.
they're
I
not
was
even cool
all in.
dinosaurs. They're CGI dinosaurs.
They are CGI. Oh, you want the real ones?
I want
well,
the
we don't have the
practical
DNA because
effects.
it's on the island and we can't
I
go get
want
it because
the
you won't let
practical
us.
effects, like the original Jurassic Park
Oh,
movie.
the animatronic ones?
Yes.
Like the original Disney
It
stuff?
looked so much better than the CGI
no.
ones. The CGI ones look like Play-Doh.
I love the CGI ones.
I hate them.
And then I there's some mystery dinosaur.
Of course there
Because
is.
they wouldn't show you the mystery
Of
dinosaur.
course there is.
I'm so hoping it's King Kong.
I can't. This is the death of an idea.
That idea's been beat to death.
It has been. I was out on the original sequels, and then Chris Pratt was in the Jurassic World movie, so I was like, okay, maybe. And I liked the first Jurassic World, and then it got really weird real fast in the second and third one. They do the whole like, oh, look at the peaceful dinosaurs burning to death just to make you cry. And it's terrible emotional manipulation.
So just admit it, you
And
don't
now-
like dinosaurs.
I like
You
dinosaurs.
probably never watched Barney with your kids either.
I didn't. Barney was stupid. Sorry, Barbara Jean. Purple dinosaur out.
Kathy, the rocket commercial was amazing. And then I don't know what they paid to have John Denver's Country Roads playing inside the Super Bowl when they came out of the ad. Brilliant marketing.
Yeah.
Move. Brilliant.
It was good.
Great song. That was funny. What was funny about it is Matthew, his senior year at St. Joe, which would have been 2019. That was their class song. So it was funny. I mean, it's just that's like you guys. That's your song. You brought that back. And it's a great song. It's absolutely
It's
awesome.
better than my stupid class song.
Dancing Queen by ABBA.
No. The reason they voted on my class song is because of freaking Forrest Gump.
What was it?
Freebird.
Well, yeah. The nice thing is you can start that at the class reunion. It'll still be playing when it's over 4 hours later.
Exactly.
Yeah, your guys are
We
good.
only
One
had to
song.
play one song for all of high school
One
graduation
song, you're
for
good.
475 kids.
Yes.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, I got it. Barbara Jean, this is the most animated Amanda has been about movie picks in a while.
I hate that.
I mean, most of the time, she's like, it was a very good movie. It was tastefully done. It was artistic. And then we bring a Jurassic Park movie, and she brings the Mike Davis
The
Thunder.
premise is so
brings
dumb.
the Mike Davis Thunder. I love
The
it.
premise is so dumb. I hate it. And I was talking to my kids about the premise of the next one, and then I showed them the preview, and they're like, I still want to see it. And I'm like,
I'll
trying to raise
I'll
critical
take your
thinkers.
kids to the movies.
Fine, you should.
I'll take them to the movies. We'll scream
Bring me
and yell.
popcorn back.
Love it. So Darcy will go, if the movie's about her, she's like, is there popcorn there? Yeah, I'm buying the
I know.
popcorn. Okay, I'll go.
I don't know.
And she's like the easiest one to co-opt into going to a movie. She'll look at me and she'll be like, well, there's popcorn. I'm like, I don't want popcorn. Is Ben Affleck in this? Is this that movie where he and the girl, Gone
Do you
Girl
wanna
or
know the
whatever?
hack?
No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go.
Do you want to know the
It's
hack?
Valentine's Day. Can we go together? Oh, no, not the Valentine's date. No.
No.
What?
The hack.
What's the hack?
If I say the movie's dumb and I don't want to spend my money on it,
Mhm.
and my brother really, really, really wants my kids to see it, then
Yeah.
he'll pay to take them.
Yeah.
I don't have to pay.
I'll take your kids to Jurassic Park. I'm all in.
They want to see it. I was like, come on. They're like, yeah, the premise is dumb.
And I'm kind of like taking
but
this
I
one
still want to
step
see
further.
dinosaurs.
You're saying Scarlett Johansson. See, I'm still seeing her as the Black Widow. And that's what they're selling her as. She's the Black Widow fighting dinosaurs. Just go with it.
You know why? You know why she's in this movie?
Because she's the Black
She
Widow.
burned her bridge with Disney with the Black Widow release. So
What did she do?
the Black Widow standalone movie
Yeah.
released during that thing we don't talk about in 2020 that we
Yeah.
mentioned a lot.
Yeah.
So they did the concurrent at-home release and
Mhm.
the movie theater
Mhm.
release, which wasn't in the original contract,
Yes.
and it undercut. She had
Had a
points.
cut. She had a stake
She
in
had
it.
points on the movie, and so she would have taken a portion of the box office as part of her salary.
Mhm.
And by doing what they did, they helped their subscription numbers because Disney Plus was new at that point. So that was a big
Mhm.
push to get people into Disney Plus. But since that wasn't a thing when she wrote her contract, she didn't get any cut of the Disney Plus
Yeah.
anything. And so she sued Disney for breach of contract. And I don't think there's going to be any more. Black Widow movies.
Well, they did bury her at the end.
Yeah,
They did bury her at the end.
I wonder. So yeah, the Black Widow movies. I don't think there's going to be any more Scarlett Johansson Black Widow movies. 'Cause
That's what I'm saying. I
think
thought
she's
it was. I
unemployable now.
like her as an
at
action
Disney.
figure. I thought it was good. So
So they needed to reboot with a girl as the action hero. I'm
well,
sure.
that girl's always the action hero right now. If you want to go see an action movie, you got to 99% of the time understand there's going to be a girl in there.
Yes.
That's just how
gonna be an
they sit around
80-pound
the writing
woman.
room today and they go, okay, what girl hero movie? Well, let's put her in Jurassic Park. Okay, let's do that.
Because we're going to have either that or we're going to have her in 3-inch heels and she's going to stop a dude by putting her high heel around his neck.
Anne Hathaway did it best.
Because a
Anne Hathaway did
dude
it
wouldn't
best.
immediately just knock her knee and push her leg
Anne
away.
Hathaway did it best.
So dumb.
Batman. She did it in
Yeah.
Batman.
I
The
don't
last Batman with Bane.
Yeah.
Yep, she
I watched
did.
that one.
It's a great. She was a
It was a
phenomenal
little
character. In
It
that.
was a little forgettable.
You and Pete
Anne
Melfi.
Hathaway.
I don't know who you guys
Anne
are.
Hathaway is not going to do it for me.
I don't know who you guys are. All right. We'll save that. I have a political thing we can say
All
for a
right.
little bit later.
Have you seen the superstar that's been spotted all over St. Augustine? Have you seen these
Pete
posts?
Melfi? Yeah, I see Pete Melfi all the time.
I know. The other superstar that's been
Davey
spotted
Hartzell?
all.
I see Davey Hartzell all the time too.
Okay. Troy he sees as well.
No, the Troy is not a superstar. I wouldn't go there. If you want to, that's fine. You can have your own hierarchy of superheroes.
Yeah.
But no, I see Pete and Davey quite a bit.
Mhm.
So what's the big deal?
This is an interest to you because you live by the amphitheater.
Okay.
Alice Cooper's playing the amphitheater tomorrow.
Yeah.
And he's been all over St. Augustine.
I would love to have a conversation.
He was watching the Super Bowl at a bar in St. Augustine.
But I think he converted to Christianity a
Oh,
while
yeah.
back. Great story.
Yeah.
I would love to just sit and talk to him about that.
Mhm.
I mean, that would be awesome. But yeah, it would be kind of interesting to get some of his stories and his.
There's
time.
been pictures all over St. Augustine news of people having encounters with him just shopping all over town.
Yeah.
And he's like super smiley and snuggly in all the pictures. He just looks super sweet. I want to give him a hug.
Yeah. I like people that are famous that embrace that
Mhm.
and want to have fun with people who like them and go,
I
oh
like
yeah.
Pat Benatar yelling about why she's got to sing the same song again.
I'm done. I haven't listened to a Pat Benatar song since I saw her at the amp. That was it. It's all done.
Yeah.
It was good. It was good while it lasted for me.
Yeah.
Yep. And then when you have some star, I mean, Pink being one of them, I think Pink's music's really good. When she bitches, if you vote for a certain person, don't listen to my music. I'm like, okay. See ya. Done. Sorry about that. Love the duet with Chris Stapleton, but okay.
Yeah.
I'll just listen to his parts now.
Right?
No, I just,
AI filter. Remove
Just-
pink.
lighten up a little bit. I mean, Hollywood had got to come up and in the last election, and I don't think it stopped. So,
Yep.
yeah.
So
Yes.
the Lilo and Stitch commercial.
Barbara Jean, how high were the highest heels? That's what I want to know. 3 inches, that's nothing. Barbara Jean, she's got at least 6 to 8.
He's
I'm
got
going
it in
6 to
there.
8.
Prince was able to do his dance move in 4-inch heels, the true goat.
Oh, he
I
is
could
a-
run in 4-inch heels when I was
But,
young and healthy.
Honestly, I think Prince was a phenomenal talent, both singing and
Mm-hmm.
dancing. But if he fell out of those 4-inch heels, he was only 8 inches from the ground. Wasn't a tall man.
I'm sorry,
He
Barbara Jean.
wasn't a tall man.
He was not.
Incredibly, I have none of his talent. I can
I
tell
will
you that.
speak for Barbara Jean. Good things come in small packages.
I don't ever think Barbara Jean would say that.
I don't think she would say his package is small.
I
but
don't think Barbara Jean would ever say that.
I don't know. She's got quite the crush on Prince.
All right. I think we hit about everything. I'm going to try to get some 5 questions in here.
All right.
All right. Super Bowl food.
Super Bowl food.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite Super Bowl food or what did I have watching the Super Bowl?
Favorite Super Bowl food. And if you want to diss or like what you had, you can throw that in there too.
I'm a chips girl for watching sports events. So Josh may remember I specifically requested some Ruffles queso chips when he was dropping chips off
Mm-hmm.
at the studio. I had some of those last night. And I gotta say, the 3-year-old shoved his hand in my bag of queso chips and grabbed the biggest 3-year-old fistful of my chips.
Mm-hmm.
And they start sprinkling out like he's the flower girl at a wedding. And he'll take one and drop 4. And I'm just sitting there like,
Those are my chips.
those are my chips.
I had to move the bag, given him a bowl, and said, "Here you go."
Once he
So how you fix that?
once he turned, then the bag changed directions and it
Mhm.
no longer had easy access to the 3-year-old.
I'm just telling you.
No lie. But Caleb made a phenomenal spicy grilled chicken. I don't know what barbecue rub, whatever sauce he put on it, but it was so good.
We
It was delicious.
we had chicken nachos.
Yeah.
Pulled chicken nachos was so good. We had great chips in there. I mean, sometimes you can do nachos with bad chips and it still
Yeah.
doesn't save it. But the chips were really good. So yeah, that was fun. We had a little bit of chips and dips over at Reese's house before we came. So we went and visited, but it's like we weren't going to watch the game with family. We kind of wanted to sit and chill, and it'd been a very busy
It would have
weekend.
been too late for you.
I would have
wouldn't have
fallen
been able to
asleep.
drive
I would have fallen
home.
asleep on the couch. I'm just telling you, it's past 8 o'clock. I'm going to sleep.
Yeah.
So yeah. So there was that. Best Super Bowl ad.
Best Super Bowl ever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say the Budweiser frogs.
I thought those were really good too.
I like the Budweiser frogs.
I like the Budweiser frogs. The Clydesdales were always really good.
Mm-hmm.
They had some great Clydesdales commercials over
Probably
the
the best was the Clydesdale commercial after 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
That was really beautiful.
Yeah.
Budweiser, what did y'all do? What did y'all do to your brand, man?
I'm going to tell you what they did.
Some great
Those really
commercials.
iconic Don Draper advertising guys retired.
Oh,
and
yeah.
then they hired really young people that were supposedly hip and knew what they were doing.
35-year-old chick from an Ivy League
We're
college.
going to handle fixing your brand that we think is broken.
She straight
and
up
then
said.
we crushed your brand.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
She pooped on it, and then she got a paid vacation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that any kind of food like that's just more finger food that you can eat during a game and kind of hangs around. I think that's all the good stuff.
Yep.
I did have some pigs in a blanket too.
Pigs in a blanket, huh?
Pigs in a blanket were not bad. It's all about the blanket.
You know, it'd be great for next Sunday, Jimmy Jam brisket and ribs.
Jimmy Jam brisket would be great. You got one more day to order, and you can help young Troy.
Tonight. Yes.
Tonight. That's it. Today's it. You got to order. Yeah, I just looking through all that. Best halftime show.
Best halftime show.
I haven't seen a good halftime show in forever. I haven't watched a halftime show in probably 15 years.
So the Rihanna one was fun where she sort of revealed that she was pregnant, but not for the halftime show. It was just because when like everyone's outfit was crazy and I thought it was hilarious and probably because she felt bloated. So she made everyone else look bloated.
Yep.
So I thought that was funny, but like not the best halftime show. They're not super memorable. I mean, you've got the Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake. That's memorable. Didn't New Kids on the Block do it once?
Maybe.
The halftime show was like super kid family friendly for a while there. And it was not the production value that it is today. So it used to be pretty silly. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with the super cheesy New Kids on the Block just because I'm old.
I don't remember one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember one that was a country star or something Dolly wasn't Dolly in, was she in last? No, she was at Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Dolly was the Thanksgiving show. Best national anthem performance.
I can give the worst one, but it's not Super Bowl.
I know. I could give the worst one too. Whitney Houston.
Yeah, Whitney Houston.
The
was
Super
really
Bowl
good.
between the Bills and the Giants, and I think we were fighting in the first Gulf War at the time.
Yeah.
And, I mean, it was just a very patriotic. I was down in Tampa Bay.
Yep.
That was a phenomenal performance.
The New Kids on the Block halftime show was very like Disney inspired. It was very like little teeny bopper kid. It was very. I think it was the Disney showcase. That New Kids on the Block. So they've got like It's a Small World stage.
Well, that's because they're little guys. They couldn't have
rude.
They couldn't have big, tall characters next to them.
Rude.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was sponsored by
Picking
Disney.
a lot of short people today as a 5'10" man is brave.
It's
very brave.
Move,
it's
Cotton.
a bold
Let's
move.
see how that works out for you.
Yes.
Barbara Jean says Prince was the best halftime show. She doesn't even have to put it in the comments. I promise.
Prince is, I'm sure, yeah. What about best football announcers?
I don't know any of their names.
See, I knew that. John Madden. John Madden was great.
He was iconic. That's why it's iconic. Madden's.
And I thought Tony Romo has done a couple of good Super Bowls.
Yeah.
And I think Brady will. I think Brady was pretty good the other day, but Tony Romo was fun to watch when Brady was QB.
Mm-hmm.
There was a very boring game against the LA Rams where nobody could score. It's 13-3 or something. And the Patriots ran 3 plays in a row that got their touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
And Tony Romo pointed out it's the same formation.
Mm-hmm.
They ran 3 series out of the same formation and completely befuddled the Rams.
Yeah.
And threw the ball to 3 different players.
That's wild.
And so when he showed that, I was like, okay, somebody's paying attention up in the booth.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, John Madden was always just fun.
Yeah. Who was it that hated the Giants? So my husband was raised a Giants fan, and there was one.
Pat Summerall.
Yeah,
I think he played
the dude
for
that
the Eagles, but I'm not 100%
he got
sure.
like his career ended by a Giants player, and so he just always hated. Was it Namath?
Joe Theismann.
Joe
Theismann.
There it is.
Was one of the most horrific. I mean, I
Yeah.
think everyone in the
And so
fraternity house
anytime
threw up that night.
He
when
was
that
in the
happened.
booth and the Giants were playing.
Mhm.
It was just infuriate my father-in-law. He was so mad.
I think all of us were going to watch a football game and go out drinking, and when
Mhm.
that happened, we all threw up and then went up and went to bed.
Yeah,
It was
we're
just,
done.
it was like, no, we're tapping out for this
Yeah.
night. Nope, can't. Yeah, those bad things happen in threes, and I don't want to be the next one. I'm gonna crawl up the
Not gonna
stairs.
risk it.
I don't want to fall while I'm on the stairs in the house. So yeah, it was bad.
Because it was, even for low def TV, it was pretty graphic.
It was-
And the camera was right in the right spot to make everyone sick to their
It
stomach.
was awful.
Yeah.
Awful. I don't know, favorite. There's been so many good games. My favorite game was the Patriots over the Falcons.
Yeah.
Because the Falcons were up 28-3.
I always love the comebacks.
Everyone had that game over, and it's the greatest comeback. I loved it. I thought
Yeah.
it was awesome. That was and I had picked the Patriots on the radio show. I was getting just all these people texting me. Some of them I knew, some of them I didn't know.
Mhm.
They got my number and they were just ripping me, just absolutely ripping me.
Yeah.
I love when my son calls me in the middle of the.
Pretty sure
what do
he
you do
knows
every
your
day, Dad?
schedule.
From 5 to 7.
Yeah.
I do a podcast on Monday and Thursday.
My dad always calls me too.
I know. It's almost like he's checking up to make sure I'm
Yeah.
still here, and this isn't a CGI thing that we do, and I'm off doing something I shouldn't
Right.
be doing. So, yeah, just trying to make sure of that. We did kind of run out of some. Frito-Lay.
Mhm.
I do not know if you're aware or not aware, but
The Parkers were
the
in.
Parkers,
Yes.
Jeff Parker and Prim Parker, are both
Uh-huh.
in an elongated version of the ad.
That's cool.
But Jeff Parker's granddaughter was in the very end of the ad.
Mhm.
Parker Farms is a 4th-generation farm in Elkton. They've been with Frito-Lay for a long time.
Mhm.
And there's a great interview of Colette Parker, Jeff Parker, and Jeffrey.
Mhm.
And also Prim is in that as well. But just a really cool thing that this farm or these farms have been together with Frito-Lay for a long time. And whoever put the ad together did a great job. And then the way they ran the ad is I think they used a young girl out of Wisconsin
Mhm.
whose their family had also been with Frito-Lay for a long
Yeah.
time. So, hats off to Frito-Lay finding people that have been with them a long time,
Mhm.
getting that whole family dynamic in, bringing farming down to a family and not big ag. And I
Yeah.
thought that was really cool. Another really good ad. So
I heard there's a special code on the back of Frito-Lay bags, and you can find a bag with Parker potatoes if
Mhm.
you know the code. Yeah.
I'm sure there
That's what
is.
I heard.
So maybe one of us should figure that out because we both know the Parkers.
We do.
So
They
we
just
should-
had a wedding in their family.
they did just have a wedding.
Isn't the last kid of that generation married now?
Yes, that is 100%. I had
Yeah.
to do the math in my
I
head.
know.
they have 4 kids, and
Yeah.
I had to remember all
It was the
4 of
last
them.
son
So
got married,
yes,
right?
Nicholas got married.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations to Nicholas and
Yep.
his bride.
He had wedding at Trinity,
Mm-hmm.
and Clay worked that wedding, not me. So I know it happened, but I wasn't there.
Barbara Jean, unfortunately for Broadway Joe's game, I was 2.5. So I don't
Yeah.
remember that one. I got a great memory. It's phenomenal. I remember telling people I
Don't know
loved
that
Joe
one.
Namath for a long time after that, but
Yeah.
it was way past his prime when I got to be like 10 or 11 years old. That was 7 years after that. The knees were shot.
Yeah.
He was wearing girdles. I mean, it wasn't good.
That's bad.
Yeah. Well, look, you had to do what you had to do.
Yeah.
It's back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Broadway Joe. However, Barbara Jean, asking him to talk to young reporters on the sideline.
Not a good,
Little
not a good call.
Little cringeworthy. Little creepy and a little Joe Biden-esque.
Yeah.
It was bad.
Oh man.
I don't know if he'd been drinking. I don't know if his meds were off. I don't know if he was old. I don't know if he's inappropriate, but
Joe Namath.
oh, it went south in a hurry.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was not good. And the reporter should have slapped him.
Was he being creepy?
He was being creepy. It wasn't a good look.
Lecherous.
It was not a good look for him.
Was he wearing
If
his
I
fur
was the
coat?
reporter's dad, I would have driven to the game and slapped him.
This reporter?
Pow.
Oh yeah,
Just
yeah. That's
not-
awkward.
No need for such a thing. No
Yeah.
need. Yeah. Behave
You
yourself.
Behave yourself, sir.
Behave yourself.
He was pre-gaming that.
He
He
was.
was out at
All
the
right.
tailgate.
Jimmy Jam, order your food tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Get it. It's the last night to help young
Yep.
Troy. So we want to report tomorrow that Jimmy
Fairy
Jam had an
godmother's
amazing
gotta
order.
order,
Yes, so
so.
we want to get that done. And I've got to outdo Troy, so I got to figure out, I got to get that in, which is basically me just writing a check to Jimmy Jam because I'm not going to eat that much food. And then tomorrow morning's morning show.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow afternoon is Davey's phenomenally successful most watched show on the network.
Absolutely.
Yes. What time's it
Is
come
that
on
what he
again?
said, Bobby? He said, I want to kiss you? Ew.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Mm,
It was, no.
stay away.
No. And then tomorrow night, Davey does a triple header.
Uh-huh.
Comes in, and we've got blind chocolate tasting
Mhm.
tests.
We do.
We are going to find out who has a palate for chocolate.
We have to figure out how we're going to do that logistically.
We'll figure it out. It's going to work.
I'll figure it out.
Like I said, we will figure this out.
Right.
Listen, I know you're going to stay up late tonight. You're not going to be able to sleep thinking over this. You're going to come up with a solution. You're going to come in and go, I have it all figured out.
I've already kind of figured it out, but it's going to be a little weird and awkward. We'll have to talk.
Well, that's usually what our show looks like. Although not in a Joe Namath kind of way.
Not that kind
Not
of way.
that kind of weird and awkward. Yes.
No.
All right. Tomorrow we will avoid all. We are going to ask about Taylor Swift and the booing.
It's okay.
We're going to ask him if he's ever going to watch the Super Bowl again.
Davey's watching right now.
Are you ever going to watch the Super Bowl again, Davey? Just think about it. Come up with a creative answer for tomorrow.
No.
Just out of curiosity.
Sorry, Swifties.
I-
It was a boring game.
I said this
If
last.
they were going to lose, I wish it was like a decent fight. It was,
Oh,
they
I
didn't
know.
show up until halfway through the fourth quarter. It was,
I told the Swifties, you're going to find out that eventually there's a bad game that gets played. And unfortunately, it was yesterday. And if you're a fan of any team, of any sport, that happens to you. And sometimes it happens at the worst possible times. And you just got to go, I still love them. I'll be back next year.
all right.
All right. We love you guys. Hopefully you'll be back
do
tomorrow
love you
night.
guys.
And we'll see you. Davey will be in the house with chocolate.
Davey's always in the house.
Well, not always. He's just here on Tuesdays.
It's always.
All right. We'll see you guys later. Have a
Bye.
good night.